Today we're going to take up a few questions from users of InsideIM.com. The first of these questions that has come up is, with a little over 2 months to go for the CAT, I am still struggling with quant because of my background of being a non-engineer. Well, this is a very common question that comes up from non-engineering background students, and my take on this is it's more of an issue of mindset rather than a fact. A lot of non-engineers believe that engineering students have an edge over them when it comes to subjects like the quant because the engineers have been exposed to quant or math for a very long time as compared to non-engineers. But I personally don't believe in this because I have had a lot of non-engineering background students who've done exceptionally well even in the quant section and hence obviously overall in the entrance exam. As I said, it's more of a mindset issue, and if you are already aware that you have been out of touch with math for a certain amount of time, the best way of getting back to it is by putting in that much more effort for quant as compared to what you would otherwise put in for maybe a verbal or a logical reasoning. With more practice and with more preparation in the area of quant, this whole aspect of I not being very good at quant will surely go away. And the other issue or the other aspect that you need to understand, which is extremely critical, is what is the definition of doing well in the quant section? It is not necessarily scoring the highest marks in the quant section. It is more about doing well enough so as to clear what is normally referred to as the sectional cutoff. And if we can understand what really is the definition of doing well and what it is or how much it is to clear the sectional cutoff, getting that kind of score is not going to be difficult at all. If we get out of this mindset that we need to do as well in quant as we do in verbal, and I'm assuming you will do well in verbal, then doing that bare minimum in quant will not be a very difficult task. And if we can do a focused preparation, keeping in mind what kind of a score we need to get to do well in the quant section, it should not be an issue at all. And if we can address the mindset issue and just get down and do enough practice, that should not be a problem. The next question that has come up is, in spite of writing mock tests regularly, my scores are just not improving. Well, here what we also need to understand is it's not just about writing one test after another, but what is a very critical aspect of our preparation is, after we've written a test, do we analyze our performance? Now, there are various parameters when we analyze our performance. The most common point that students come up to me and say is that my attempts are not good enough, and how do I increase my attempts? Because I want to increase my score. And whenever we sit down with these students and analyze, we have normally found that attempts is never the issue. Normally the issue is accuracy. Hence my suggestion to you would be, once you've written a mock test, please spend a whole lot of time analyzing that test and trying to figure out two things. The first is what has worked well for you in the test so that you can continue doing that, and what has not worked well for you in the test, and so that you can take corrective action to overcome what is not going well for you in this test. Now, before you write your next test, if you have done this analysis, there needs to be an action plan which can be implemented in the next test, and hence you track your performance whether it improves or not. Otherwise, it is simply an issue of writing one test after another and then just trying to check whether something changes. Nothing will change on its own. You will need to make that change happen, and hence that analysis is very critical. As I mentioned earlier, part of the analysis is what works well for you, continue doing that. What is not working well for you, try and work out an action plan for that. And please check your accuracy, because if your accuracy is under control, you will normally do well in every mock test and hence also on the last day. The third question that has come up is that my final year graduation exams, which will be conducted by the university, will clash with my entrance exams like CAT and NMAT and so on. And how should I manage this? My take on this is that our CAT or NMAT or any entrance exam preparation is very different from our normal graduation exam preparation. I have seen most students prepare for their graduation exam closer to the exam or a few days or weeks or months before the exam, and that is how they do well in their graduation exams. Well, the entrance exam preparation is a lot different from this, and if 1 month or maybe 2 months before your entrance exam, if you haven't done well enough in your preparation, or if you are not prepared enough to appear for these entrance exams, then there is a good chance you will not be able to do well. So what I'm trying to say is that closer to the entrance exam, the preparation that you do is more of solving papers, analyzing and improving on your scores rather than hardcore basic preparation. And hence, there is never an overlap or there is never a clash actually between these exams. Your entrance exam preparation, the basic preparation, should be done well in time before the exam, and the last few days or weeks you are actually only solving test papers and consolidating, and at that time you can simultaneously start work on your graduation exam preparation. So I personally don't see a clash. And if we stop giving ourselves these options of, okay, there is a clash and hence which one should I focus on, if you give yourself that option, you will always be in a dilemma. And if you work with the attitude that I don't have an option, I need to manage both, I'm sure you will find out a way, because when we want to do something, we definitely find a way of overcoming these problems and working towards it. Moving on to the last question that has come up. I would be appearing for many different exams, and these different exams have different patterns. So how do I prepare differently for these different exams? My view on this is that the preparation is more or less the same. The difference is in terms of the test taking. So whether you are preparing for a CAT or a CMAT or an NMAT, your basic preparation is going to remain the same, which is your quant, which is your verbal, your logic, data interpretation, in some cases general knowledge, and so on. So the preparation doesn't really change. What changes is your test taking strategy. We need to understand that CAT as an exam has a slightly higher difficulty level as compared to maybe a CMAT. And if you are prepared well for the CAT, then automatically when you are appearing for a CMAT, you will be able to attempt more questions, and hence you will be able to do well. The most common question that comes up is CAT is more an accuracy based exam and CMAT is more a speed based exam. Well, my perspective on this is that both are accuracy based exams, and speed is more a function of the difficulty level of the paper. If you are prepared well for the CAT, you automatically will be able to attempt more in the CMAT. But once again, whether it is low speed or high speed, accuracy is extremely critical. So do not ever compromise on accuracy. Speed will automatically happen if the questions are simple, and the differentiator is always going to be how many questions are correct out of whatever you have solved. So I repeat, it is not the preparation which is different, it is the test taking which is different, which automatically will flow if your preparation has been good enough. Thank you.